This is a Sports Catastrophe production. Hey there, Heather Ho there. It's Jeff Cutastrophe. Welcome you to another Sports Catastrophe birthday boy. And the birthday boy for today, August the 26th, is an iconic basketball player who's still playing in the NBA. He's playing for the LA Clippers. One of the best scorers and shooting guards ever and honored as part of the NBA 75th anniversary team. He played college basketball for Arizona State, and you don't think Arizona State is a good basketball school. I don't blame you. He was selected third overall in 2009 and helped the Thunder out, and then went to the Rockets, and then to Brooklyn, and then the Philly, and now with the LA Clippers. He did win a gold medal at the Olympics in 2012, and hopefully helping the Clippers do well. And that franchise is snake bit. Anyway, he is James Harden, who's 35 years old today. James Harden was born and raised in Los Angeles, California, attending Artesia High School in Lakewood, named a McDonald's All-American. And he did pretty well for himself, helping his AAU be a world champion. Anyway, Harden went to Arizona State, which was shocking because Arizona State didn't have much of a basketball program, but Harden thought he would shine. Arizona State was picked to finish ninth in the Pac-10. However, because of his stuff, Arizona State won 21 games and took fifth in the Pac-10. They were a bubble team for the 2008 NCAA tournament. Unfortunately for him, he did not have his team make the playoffs. They went to the NIT, but lost to Florida. So he was a freshman all Pac-10 and actually was on the cover of Sports Illustrated's college basketball preview issue. And he helped Arizona State do quite well, putting up 20.1 points per game. He was the Pac-10 Conference's Player of the Year. Arizona State did make the tournament this year, well, the 2009, losing to Syracuse. He decided to declare for the 2009 NBA draft. And with the third pick in the 2009 draft, the Oklahoma City Thunder, in their second season after leaving Seattle, decided to pick him up. It was honorable. The Clippers took Blake Griffin first overall, which was easy, and Memphis decided to go with Hassim Thabit from Tanzania and from the University of Connecticut. Good center? Terrible. He was terrible in the NBA. Memphis could have taken Tyreek Evans, Ricky Rubio, Steph Curry, yes, DeMar DeRozan, Brandon Jennings, Tyler Hansbrough, Drew Holiday. Just saying. So anyway, he had a 37% three-point percentage, which was pretty good, and all that. He actually had the most three-point makes by a rookie consecutively, 7 since 1999. He was named to the All-Rookie second team. He did quite well. And in 2012, he won the Sixth Man of the Year award, which is basically the best player off the bench, putting up 16.8 points per game. He scored 40 points against Phoenix, making him the first player to score 40 points in a reserve role, like coming off the bench since Rodrigo Bobo in 2010. He helped the Thunder make the finals in 2012, losing to the Heat in LeBron's first title with the Miami Heat. Oklahoma City actually wanted to give Harden a 4-year contract extension worth $52 million total, meaning it would be $13 million per year. Harden said he was given too little time to consider the deal. After failing to agree on a contract extension with the Thunder, the team decided to dump him off to Houston alongside Daquan Cook, Cole Aldridge, and Laser Hayward in exchange for Kevin Martin, not the curler, Jeremy Lamb, 2 first-round picks, which ended up being Steven Adams in 2013 and Mitch McGary in 2014, and a second-round pick, which was Alex Abrines. The Rockets GM considered Harden a foundational player and figured that he would be the featured player. So the Rockets signed him to a 5-year, $80 million deal. He put up 37 points in his first game as a Rocket against the Pistons, and he did pretty good for himself. He scored 45 points against the Hawks, so it's 82 points as a Rocket, were the most scored by a player in his first 2 games with a team in NBA history, surpassing Will Chamberlain's mark of the Philadelphia Warriors in 1959. He was a reserve on the All-Star team and put up 15 points, helping the West win the All-Star game. He put up 46 points against Oklahoma City, basically proving to Oklahoma City they should not have been Harden. So anyway, he put up 2,000 points, making him the 5th Rocket to do so. He actually made 630 free throws, which actually broke Moses Malone's Rockets record. And he was named to the All-NBA third team, which was pretty good. He was reserved for the 2014 All-Star game, but was made a replacement starter. I can't remember who got hurt, but anyhow, he did his job. Harden actually shocked a lot of people by scoring 27 points against the Memphis Grizzlies. Why is that shocking? Because Harden was 2 for 9 from the field, meaning he had made 2 baskets. The secret? He put up 22 points from the free throw line. That's why. So he did well, and by season's end, he was actually named All-NBA First Team in 2014. In 2015, he put up 2 50-point games, which made him the first Rocket to do so, helping the Rockets win their first division title in 21 years and being the number 2 seed in the West. Harden ended up being second in MVP voting behind Steph Curry. Anyway, Harden looked pretty impressive, putting up 45 points against the Warriors in the conference finals in Game 4. However, in Game 5, he turned the ball over 13 times, a playoff record, and only was 2 of 11 shooting for 14 points. So, anyway, Kevin McHale was fired after a terrible start for the Rockets. McHale believed that Harden intentionally showed up to camp overweight to get McHale fired in retaliation for benching him in the Clippers series. Well, I mean, you should not have benched him in the first place. So anyway, Will Chamberlain, all that. But anyway, Harden actually turned the ball over 374 times in 2016, breaking the unofficial record set by Artis Gilmore in 1978. Still, he did a good job, and the Rockets still believed in him and signed him to a 4-year, $118 million deal. He would be given the point guard duty instead of shooting guard and all that. It worked out quite well. In the Rockets season opener against the Lakers, he put up 34 points and 17 assists. He then broke the Hakeem Olajuwon's record for most triple doubles by a Rocket by having a 29-point, 11 rebound, 13 assists thing. For those of you who don't know, a triple double is when you get 10 or more things in 3 of 5 categories: points, assists, rebounds, blocks, and steals. If you get over those three of those 5 categories, that's a triple double. He put up 53 points in a triple-double against the Knicks, tying Will Chamberlain for the most points scored by a guy with triple-double and all that. So he had a lot of triple-doubles and all that. He finished the season with 22 triple-doubles, making him the first player in NBA history to score at least 2,000 points, 900 assists, and 600 rebounds. Russell Westbrook ended up winning the MVP. I think that was the year that Westbrook practically averaged triple-double every year. Anyway, the Rockets were eliminated by the Spurs in the playoffs. And in 2017, he signed his 4-year deal with $160 million to make him the richest contract in NBA history. He had 56 points in one game against the Jazz, which actually fell short of Calvin Murphy's 57-point mark for Rockets history. Anyway, he did what he could and all that. He put himself second January 26th of 2018 in assists, passing Alan Lavalle's mark. Harden then helped the Rockets be the number 1 seed in the West with 65 wins, a franchise best. Not even the 94 and 95 teams that won the title could match that. And Harden ended up winning the scoring title with 30.4 points per game. The Rockets were eliminated in Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals by the Warriors. It was just as well. He was 2 for 13 from three-point land, so that's something. But he did have 32 points. However, Harden was awarded the MVP for the 2018 season, making him the third Rocket after Moses Malone and Hakeem Olajuwon to do so. And then Harden looked pretty decent and all that. So he did what he could. Anyway, he looked pretty decent in the 2019 playoffs. In Game 3 against the Jazz, he actually started 0 for 15, which was terrible and all that. But, however, he went 3 for 5 the rest of the way, shooting but a lot of free throws. The Rockets did win the game. The Rockets would lose the conference semis to the Warriors. He was an MVP finalist, but he didn't get the award. In 2019-20, he won his third consecutive scoring title, which was pretty good. Of course, we all know that was the season in which COVID-19 ruined it, and they had to play some games in the Disney complex, and all that. So he won 3 straight scoring titles for the Rockets, which is pretty impressive. And it was actually a finalist for the MVP award. But didn't get it. Houston was eliminated by the Lakers in the second round of the playoffs. Harden actually demanded a trade because the GM and head coach left the Rockets. So anyway, he requested a trade and he got it to Brooklyn. He wanted to form a super team with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving in Brooklyn. So there was a 4-team deal that also involved Cleveland and Indiana alongside Houston and Brooklyn. The Rockets ended up getting 2 crappy players, Victor Oladipo, 4 first-round picks, and 4 first-round pick swaps. So was it worth it? I don't know. But anyway, he had a triple-double on his debut with the Nets. So he did quite well for the Nets and all that. So he did what he could. All that. So he helped Brooklyn make the playoffs. However, against Milwaukee in the conference semifinals, even though he scored 22 points, the Bucks won in overtime. Harden did decently in the 21-22 season for Brooklyn at first, making him getting an invite to the All-Star game. However, Brooklyn traded him to Philly in exchange for Ben Simmons, Seth Curry, Stephen's brother, Andre Drummond, and 2 first-round picks, which was shocking that Harden would be traded to the Sixers and all that. Harden helped the Sixers take out the Raptors in the Eastern playoffs. They got to the Eastern semifinals but lost to Miami. In July 2022, he signed on a 2-year deal to keep going with the Sixers and all that. The Sixers would lose the conference semifinals to the Celtics in 7 games. Anyway, the Clippers would get Harden in November 2023 alongside PJ Tucker and a European player from Philly in exchange for Marcus Morris Sr., Nicholas Batum, Kenyon Martin Jr., and Robert Covington. So Harden and Westbrook would be reunited with the Clippers. And as of right now, he's now 20th on the all-time scoring list, passing Vince Carter. Boo hiss. He's with the Clippers on a 2-year, $70 million contract, so he'll be earning $35 million this year. He's 6'5" and 220 pounds, mostly a shooting guard instead of a point guard. So he did what he could. And he won the gold medal at the 2012 Olympics. So with Oklahoma City, Houston, Brooklyn, Philly, and now the Clippers, he's played 1,072 games, 24 points per game, and 7.1 assists per game. He's not as effective as he used to be, but still gets the job done, 20 points per game. In the playoffs, he had a trip to the playoffs in 2012. That was it. He's played 166 playoff games, 22.7 points per game. He's the youngest of 3 children, and unfortunately, their mother suffered a string of miscarriages and all that. Harden grew his trademark beard in 2009 after being too lazy to shave and all that, and his beard has been in songs and t-shirts. Anyway, he was a part owner of the Houston Dynamo in MLS. So anyway, yeah, a lot of strange things have happened in the world, but you got to deal with James Harden. That's what it is. Fear the beard. That's what I say. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. I do.